Davis. Oh my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, welcome in, everyone, and good morning to another edition of the Dream Wage, episode 355. Today is January 6, 2024. As always, I'm your host, D-Rock, and joining me on this cold, frigid weekend here on the East Coast, my main man, R&B guru, Elvis Acosti. How you doing today, kid?
I'm doing great. It's a little break, northeast DK snowstorm coming. I don't believe it, but we'll see about later on tonight, Dill. But I highly doubt it's gonna be a snowstorm. I'm just ready to have a good weekend, watch some great sports. Let's talk about it.
They said 6 to 9 inches.
Cap.
It's like I said, I'll see it when I believe it. I think we'll get a little something. It is cold enough, but hopefully not a lot because we got a lot. Even if it does snow, we got a lot of sports.
Snow, Cap.
Okay, yeah, we got a great show. We'll talk about all of our week NFL 18 plays. Short NBA slate today, only 4 games, and nothing really to talk about during the week. But I really wanted to start here, Elvis. Lakers lost again last night to the Memphis Grizzlies, and according to reporters inside the locker room, they described LeBron in frustration, quote unquote, and he goes, I'm not thinking far back in the past. It's just 2 games. We suck now. And, during AD's availability, another reporter asked LeBron about Bronny's game tomorrow and if he'd be starting. And LeBron said he thought it was time. And he goes, he could play for us now. Easy. I think there's some tension there. If I'm being honest, they're 2-8 in their last 10. They haven't looked the same. They said that I've read reports the coach is on the hot seat. What's going on in LA?
Dill, I don't know what's going on realistically, Dill. It just sucks that. Let's just start right there with your ending. With the Darvin Ham possibly being in the hot seat. People, Darvin Ham is not in the hot seat. I'm gonna explain to you why. This man, in his first year of ever coaching in the NBA as the head coach, now this is as a head coach, led his team from being the 13th seed to the play-in to the Western Conference Championship last year in his first year ever starting. His second year ever coaching. Still, he led the Lakers to the first ever in-season tournament championship.
Hang the banner.
A month from hit. I don't even think it's been 30 days since the banner's been hung. Because I'm pretty sure that they beat the Pacers on the 9th. So it hasn't been 30 days since the banner's been hung. And we're talking about this man is on the hot seat. Let's just stop. Okay. Second part. Dill, I personally think it's the defensive side of the ball. Dill, Anthony Davis has been playing like a top 5 player in these last 10 games when they're 2-8. Could I say he's averaging around 28 points a game, double rebounds, double-digit rebounds, and blocking shots still? What more could you ask him than Anthony Davis? He's healthy. He's played the last 10 games. He's averaging around 28 points a game, double-digit rebounds. What more could you ask him Anthony Davis? LeBron, year 21, 22, 39 years old, just turned 39, by the way. Averaging 26, 7, and 7. Still, clearly he's not from your superstar, your big guns. Right now, Hachimura's hurt. Gabe Vincent is hurt. D'Angelo Russell, he's hurt. So those are key guys in the rotation. Still, last night Lakers had an 8-man rotation.
Yeah,
it's January. Why the fuck you have an 8-man rotation? If it was April, I understand people. Why is there an 8-man rotation on January 5th against the Grizzlies on a Friday night?
I think that's the biggest problem. There's no really depth on this team. Yeah, they have some injury bug, but besides AD and LeBron, they're really... Austin Reeves had a nice game, but outside of that, they don't have any help.
Yeah, dude, it's really just those 3, and then occasionally, like Cam Reddish will have a good game. D'Angelo Russell will have a good game. Hachimura will have a good game. But no other 4th or 5th option has been consistent this whole year long. Like, take a couple years back, Lakers had KCP. He was consistent. He was giving you 10 to 12 a night. Kyle Kuzma, he was consistent, giving you points every night. So I just feel like the Lakers need that fourth or fifth option that's going to show up night in, night out. Last year during the playoff run, that was Hachimura. That was Austin Reeves. D'Angelo Russell gave you a couple games over 20 points as well. So, still, I just feel like they got to get healthy. They definitely need Gabe Vincent back because those are points needed right there. Defensively, I feel like they could fix that issue just because we saw them play at such a high level during the in-season tournament. Remember, they went, 8-0, holding teams to like 90-ish points a game.
And that was the thing. It was their defense that was standing out.
Exactly, Dale. So, defensively, I feel like they can regain that. But offensively, Dale, if you don't find, when Anthony Davis and LeBron is giving you around 60 points a game, you need to find that, Austin Reeves doing good, but besides those three, you need a consistent fourth and fifth options. There's game with Taurean Prince. He'll make a couple of threes. And there's games he'll go 0 for 6. So they just need a consistent fourth or fifth option and fix whatever is wrong defensively, Dale. And I think this team will be right back where they were just a month and a half ago as one of the best teams in the NBA.
Right now, they're on the outside looking in, 17-19 outside of the play-in, and it doesn't get easier. They play the Clippers, who I hate to admit it, I tweeted it out last night. They're fucking a wagon right now. They're scared. They're a scary team to play. They're already in the 4th seed, 22-12. The LA Clippers.
Because I remember I was trying to tell you, you was like, nah. I was like, all right.
I mean, this team is dangerous. So you got to think the Lakers are going to have to turn this around. I know it's still a little early, but I would caution on backing them in the future.
I'll say, for a while, because what we saw last season, we saw this team be the 13th, 14th seed. This time, the same time frame last season, they make a couple moves come trade deadline. What happened, Bill? This team takes off. Last month and a half of the season, they have the best record in the Western Conference. I think the second or third best record in the NBA overall in the last month of the season. So maybe
they have to be buyers at the deadline.
Buyers, they got to be sellers and buyers. Still, look what's going on. They're 2-8 the last 10.
Yeah,
I think Detroit is 2-8 the last 10.
Yeah, so something needs to go wrong. But yeah, big game tomorrow in I wanted to say Staples Center, but the Crypto. The Crypto, exactly. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about the Lakers real quick before we get into our plays, but hopefully they do turn it around. And I don't know about Bronny starting for the Lakers.
He's not starting, but he could have been the 9th man in rotation yesterday.
I mean, he's not even starting at USC.
I know, Dale, but the Lakers trotted out an 8-man rotation yesterday. Hold on, Dale. Hold on. Let me tell the people out there. Give me a second, people. I apologize.
No, I got it right in front of me. It was Christian Wood, Jared Vanderbilt, Max Christie, Austin Reeves, Taurean Prince, Anthony Davis, LeBron, and Cam Reddish. That's it. That's all who played.
That sounds like the 2018 Cavs team.
Yeah, right? Why doesn't Jackson Hayes play a little bit? I feel like he could be all right down low.
And defensively, I feel like, but I don't know, Dill. I don't know. Maybe it's Darvin. Maybe it's LeBron. Maybe he has like a knick-knack injury. I don't know, but those are all DNPs. They were ready to go. They're ready to play. I don't know, Dill. Half of these dudes, I don't even know. Fudge, Lewis, Hodge.
Bunch of no names, if you ask me.
At the end of the day, Jared Vanderbilt, 17 minutes. He didn't even take a shot.
He is a defensive guy.
No, he is. But come on, Dill. You're not going to tell me he didn't have a couple open looks at the corner.
Yeah,
you're not gonna tell me he could have put his head down and got to the layup, at least get to the foul line, at least.
And when you stress defense and allow Memphis, who I know they're a different team with Ja, but they're still like what's their record, 12-21 or something like that. So when Marcus Smart's dropping 29, Jarrett Jackson had 31, Desmond Bane 24, and the least was Ja with 21. You're not gonna win that game. I don't care if you have LeBron or not.
And then you had Zaire Williams coming off the bench, give you 15, outscoring the Lakers bench in total.
Sad. Elvis, before we get into week 18 plays, let me tell you a quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebrations, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around the golf with the boys or an elderberry on a Saturday night watching Ravens, Pittsburgh Steelers, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. I believe here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. We got 2 games today, and then the rest are on Sunday. We will start in a pivotal matchup in the AFC North. In the bank, Baltimore Ravens are hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers laying 3 on the road. Minus 162 on the money line for them, plus 136 for the Ravens. Over under is at a low 34.5. Now, obviously, the Ravens are sitting a bunch of players. Tyler Huntley will be starting with a bunch of other backups starting this weekend in Week 18. But we'll start with that first game, kid. Can the Pittsburgh Steelers winning stay alive?
I think so, Dale. At the end of the day, the Baltimore Ravens, they made it clear, they're gonna rest their starters. I think you the one that told me there's a new rule saying they only can sit 8. So 8 players off the rip going to be down, and then sooner the first series, maybe even the first snap, another 10 to 15 might be done as well. So the Ravens are solidified #1 seed, no matter what. Anything, if anything, nothing's gonna happen. They will be the #1 seed. So with that being said, though, I think Pittsburgh takes care of business. They still have a small outside chance of making the playoffs if things go their way. So they're gonna go out there and play for the win. With that being said, Dill, I'm not gonna lay the -3. I do think Pittsburgh's the right side, but you never know. I'm gonna go with a guy who's been on fire for a couple weeks. So give me George Pickens over 46.5 receiving yards for the game. This number is just too low, knowing damn well no starting cornerback for the Baltimore Ravens is going to be on the field. Still, for 46.5, when he has 2 back-to-back games over 100 yards, still, I just feel like this number is disrespectful. They got nothing to lose. They're going to sling it. They're going to probably even run a couple RPOs with him as well. So I think the number's too low. 46.5, George Pickens, over.
Yeah, they're definitely going to sit Kyle Hamilton and a bunch of their secondary as well. So he could have a big game. And Mason Rudolph, say what you want about him, he has been slinging the ball.
He's been slinging that thing.
And he's been getting it to George Pickens. So, I mean, it's not hard. He's your best receiver. You got to give him the ball. I'm going to go to a Steeler as well. Give me Jaron Warren over 9.5 rush attempts. He's been over this number in 7 of his last 9 games. It's going to be a cold, ugly weather tonight in Baltimore. And, like I said, Ravens have no incentive to play here. They're resting most of their key starters. And I think Pittsburgh should be able to control most of the clock, even with Najee Harris being RB1. So I still think Warren could get over this number. The total is low for a reason. I still think both defenses will show up. You never really know what could happen in these Ravens-Steelers rivalries. So I'm going to stay away from the total inside, but I do like Jaron Warren over 9.5 rush attempts. Let's go to the second game tonight. You are wearing a Colts jersey. Colts hosting the Houston Texans. Texans laying 2 points on the road, minus 130 on the money line, plus 110 for the home dog. Over under is at 47.5. These teams will not be sitting any players. They both need to win to get into the playoffs. So this game means something for both of them. What do you got here, kid?
Dill, this is gonna be an electric game, Dill. I'm gonna start with the total first. Dill, I'm gonna lean the over. For some reason, there's always a shootout in Indianapolis, dome game. Gardner Minshew is gonna be lit up. CJ Stroud, I expect them to have a good game, Dill. With that being said, Dill, give me Houston on the money line, Dill. I think Houston is just the right side. They're the much better team. Will Anderson been playing like the defensive rookie of the year. CJ Stroud, I think if he wins this game, he will crown himself offensive rookie of the year. Still, they still need the Jaguars to slip, but hey, I give Houston a shot to take the division, Dill, and I think it starts with beating the Colts tonight. Give me the Houston Texans on the money line. If you want to lay the -1.5, 2, by all means, I caught it earlier in the week at basically a pick 'em at -102.
That's crazy. You're taking the Texans, but wearing a Colts jersey.
Disrespectful. Pat McAfee, I apologize. But hey, you did it first with the Bulldogs and then pick Bama. So
I'm going to go with the Texans. Give me CJ Stroud over 33.5 pass attempts. He's had a really good game last week. Houston, third in the league in pace. Indy is first in the league in pace. I agree. A lot of shootouts, too, in the
for some reason,
Lucas
I don't know
Oil Stadium. Yeah, I don't know why, but they tend to play a lot of overs, Indy at home. So I do agree. I think both offenses should see a lot of volume. I don't really trust the defenses on both teams, if I'm being honest. They're a little inconsistent. But first time these two teams played, Stroud had 47 pass attempts. So they're going to be slinging the ball, especially if they can't get the running game going with Pierce. So give me CJ Stroud over 33.5 pass attempts. I think he has a big game, and I am hoping the Texans win. I'm holding the Texans to make the playoffs ticket at plus 250. So I'm banking on the Texans to make the playoffs and stun the world. Let's go to Sunday, kid. We will start in Carolina. The Panthers are hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers laying 4.5 on the road, -238 on the money line, plus 4.5 for the Panthers, plus 195. Over unders at 37. Dave Tepper, the owner, he got fined $300,000 for throwing the drink on the fan. They said for a billionaire of his worth, $300,000 fine is equivalent to $1.95 to us.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be nice to have. He probably makes like that in a second. He probably makes like 300,000 in a minute.
A day. He definitely makes $300,000 a day. Easy.
Way more. He probably makes millions of dollars a day. These hedge fund guys and all their stocks and money in it. But I thought that was hilarious that they fined him only 300,000. Like he probably looked at that and laughed.
He did.
Yeah. As for this game though, Bucks need this to win. Need to get into the playoffs. Panthers, they've already locked in the number 1 overall pick. What do you see here?
I gotta lean with the Bucks -4.5. I'm not gonna lay it just because I know Carolina's trying to play up spoilers. If Tampa loses this game, these other teams win. Guess what? They lose the division. Right now, Tampa, all they gotta do is win. No matter who else wins, they win this game, they win the division. So I think it's gonna be a little pressure on them. The fact that they gotta do it on the road, Baker Mayfield. I think he can do it, but I know Carolina out there trying to play spoilers. Bryce Young has been playing much better these last 4 or 5 weeks than he did the first, 12 of the season. To be honest, defensively, Carolina's been holding these teams to a little down. Besides that Green Bay game, I'm not gonna lay the -4.5, but Tampa is definitely the right side. I'll lean the -4.5. I'm not gonna take it officially just because how poorly they looked last week.
I'm actually going to lean the other side. I think Carolina's the right side, plus 4.5. Like you said, I think Bryce Young has been playing better. Their defense has been playing better, and Tampa Bay has kind of been inconsistent going on the road now. And I agree. I think they're going to be playing spoiler. Plus 4.5, plus 5. I even see some places. Just think it's a little too big of a number, but not going to get there to that. But I do think Panthers are the right side, so we'll see there. Any props? Any props you like for this game or no?
If anything, I'll lean Mike Evans just because he's been going off all season long. He's been having a great year. If anything, over 4.5 receptions, -120. Anytime touchdown, plus 110. He's gonna get balls thrown his way, possibly a couple deep shots, and just at 62.5. I gotta go with Mike Evans over, man. It's the last game of the season. He's been feeding him all year. I'm gonna take it officially. Give me Mike Evans over 62.5 receiving yards, and I'm gonna sprinkle something anytime touchdown at my plus 110.
All right, let's go to Tennessee, where the Titans are hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags laying 3.5 on the road, -192 on the money line. Tennessee plus 3.5, plus 160 on the money line. Over under is at 41. This Jag team is desperately needs a win right now. You think they could win it on the road?
If Trevor Lawrence is back, give me the -3.5 with Jacksonville Jaguars. As of right now, he's listed as like a questionable with a shoulder/finger injury. I think he will play. It's the last game of the season. If you're not gonna play this season, you might as well just go home now. This is for the division, people. Against Tennessee, arch rival. I'm not sure if it's Will Levis or Ryan Tannehill.
It's going to be Ryan Tannehill. Will Levis has been ruled out.
Psh, look at that. So if there's a game, Trevor Lawrence, for you to suck it up, I'm not saying you're not sucking it up. All I'm saying is if there's a game to fight through the pain, my brother, this is the game. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars -3.5 on the road. And Dill, they're missing my boy Christian Kirk. You know who's their new best first option?
Calvin Ridley.
Nope. Give me Evan Ingram. Over 49.5 receiving yards. The tight end has been balling ever since Christian Kirk went out. I think he goes over this mark easily, Dill. 49.5 is just too low, -115.
It's crazy. I do lean Tennessee +4. I just have a bad feeling about this game.
No, don't get me wrong. If Trevor Lawrence doesn't play, I'm not taking it official.
I just, I don't like the way the Jags have been playing. They've lost 4 of their last 5. They're lucky they had Carolina last week. And yeah, everyone's like, oh, their defense is back. They played Carolina. Relax, and I just feel like at home, Mike Vrabel's going to get the boys up for one last time and play spoiler. Oh, there's always something funky going on in the AFC South, dating even back to last season in week 18, where they lost in the last week. So I don't know. It would be hilarious if Tennessee won this game. I do think they'll keep it close. Don't know if I think they're live. If Ryan Tannehill, not Ryan Tannehill, if if Trevor Lawrence can't play, I really think
live.
Tennessee. Yeah, they're live. So yeah, I do think Tennessee. I take the points. I even think it's a good teaser spot. Get it up to plus 9.5, plus 10, depending on some places you look. But I'm going to take another dog. Just be careful because there's a lot of teams that are sitting and a lot of teams that have something to play for. Let's go to Detroit, Motor City. The Lions are hosting the Minnesota Vikings. Lions laying 3.5 at home, -185 on the money line. Vikings +3.5, +154 on the road. Over under is at 46. What do you got for this one, kid?
Dill, I got no play in this game, Dill, to be honest. I'll lean the +3.5 with Minnesota just because I feel like Detroit just gonna, possibly rest their players in the second half. Maybe they go in the first half, do their thing, and then slowly take players out. They got the division wrapped up. There's a small chance they can move up in seeding, so maybe they'll be scoreboard watching, Dill, but sooner as solidify, they won't be moving up to the second seed or something like that. I think they just rest their starters and let Minnesota do what they do. So I'm not going to take anything official in this game. If anything, even that number is too high. But Nick Mullins will start. I think they can move the.
Yeah, Nick Mullins will start. Yeah,
no. I think they can move the ball with him. If anything, Justin Jefferson, he got lean his over just because Nick Mullins is gonna move the ball. He's gonna turn it over, but he will move the ball. So I expect somebody on Minnesota to have a good game. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, kid. I would take Minnesota +3.5 if I'm being honest. They've already locked in their and they're going to be starting some players. Jared Goff won't play. I don't know if Jahmyr Gibbs, their running back, will play either. But Justin Jefferson, it was like yesterday or maybe Thursday night. I saw Justin Jefferson over like 86.5, and I thought that was low. It's up to 92.5 right now. And you're right. Great news for him. Mullins is starting. And even if he does throw 2 or 3 interceptions, he's shown that he could get the ball to his best receiver. I think Jefferson's going to ball out in his last game, indoor too, on a weekend where weather is expected to impact games. Indoor, I think Justin Jefferson cooks. So I do lean him over. I think that's a good shout as well. Let's go to another dome game. New Orleans Saints hosting the Atlanta Falcons. Saints laying 3 on at home, -166 on the money line, +3 for the Falcons, +140 on the money line. Over under is at 42. Another desperate team that needs to win to get into the playoffs. Saints, you think they do it at home?
Yeah, I think they take care of business. Give me the Saints -3. I think they win this game by a touchdown or more. I'm completely done with the Falcons still. I don't know what it is. Tyler Heineke doesn't look good. Desmond Ridder doesn't look good. I think this team needs a quarterback bad. I like the talent they have. Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Brian Robinson. Defensively, to be honest, the defense has been more impressive than the offense throughout the season at times. So, the Saints, they win. They have a shot if they win, Tampa loses, they win the division and they host a playoff game, Dill. Yeah. So I think the Saints, what we saw last week, Derek Carr having one of his best games in his career, winning the game without Chris Olave or Alvin Kamara really being X factors. They both are healthy in this matchup. Though I think they both have solid games. I lean Chris Olave over 62.5. I'm not gonna go to the window with it, but give me the Saints -3. Though I think they take care of business. I think small chances of blowout.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm done with the Falcons right now. I think if they had a quarterback, they'd be a good team, but
They win the division.
they just have so much talent and nobody to get those guys the ball. It's very sad. At home now, for the Saints, I think they roll here. I lay the 3 as well. I think this is a great spot for them. I think they get into the playoffs. It's crazy, and honestly, I'm hoping they do. You know why?
You just laid the 3 with Derek Carr? Yo, Dale, you coming around.
I was just gonna say, you know why I'm doing it? Because I hope they get Jameis in the postseason. I hope we see Jameis. I really do, man. Football is better when Jameis Winston is playing football. That's just
more exciting.
That's just a fact. Yeah. I think Taysom Hill may get in anytime touchdown. For Taysom Hill, it's around plus 200, 180. So shop around. But it's so funny because Taysom Hill will come up. They know what he's gonna run, and they can't stop it. It's hilarious. So I think Taysom Hill could get in the end zone, especially down in the red zone. So I lean anytime touchdown for Taysom Hill, but I do think Saints roll here. So I'll lay the 3. Surprisingly enough, I'll lay the 3. Let's go to the worst game on the board. Patriots and the Jets. In Foxborough, Patriots laying 2.5 at home, -130 on the money line, plus 2.5 for Trevor Siemian and the Jets, plus 110. Over under is at 30.5. Zach Wilson still in concussion protocol. I think he's just playing it safe. I think we've seen the last of Zach Wilson. I think he's done after this. I think we've seen him play his last game as a New York Jet. So wish him the best of luck, but I don't think Trevor Siemian gets it done here, kid. I think the Patriots, they go out on a high note. They win. They keep it 16 games in a row just to stick it to the Jets one last time to end the season. Both teams really don't have anything to play for besides a draft pick. I do lean over, if I'm being honest. 30.5 seems very low. Patriots have been able to put up some points with Bailey Zappi, and Trevor Siemian put up some points against a Cleveland Brown team that's one of the best defenses in the league. So I think we could put up some points. I think both offenses could put up some points. So lean over, if anything. I know the weather's supposed to impact the game, but I just think I think the offenses could put up some points. So I'll lean over, if anything, and I do think the Patriots win.
Dill, give me the lock of the weekend, Dill. Give me the New England Patriots on the money line, Dill. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised that you came around, Dill. We just own the Jets. You know, Trevor Siemian. I ain't gonna lie, Dill. If Zach Wilson would start this game, I'll be like, I'll lean the Patriots. But with Trevor Siemian, Dill, don't get me wrong, Dill. We're gonna handle business. Bailey Zappi, I don't love the guy, but Dill, he's gonna do enough to win the game, and that's what he's been doing these past couple of weeks. Dill, he's been playing better than I expected him. You know, the running Ezekiel Elliott been running the ball well, shockingly. You know, defensively, Dill, we missed Matthew Judon, we missing Christian Gonzalez, but we've been playing some pretty good defense, Dill. I just don't see the New York Jets putting up points on us, Dill. I say y'all scored 10 max. I understand y'all put up points against the Cleveland Browns, but Dill, we know Bill Belichick knows this system. He knows this offense. I think it's gonna be a long day for the New York Jets. Give me the New England Patriots on the money line, -122, whatever you catch it at. Lock of the weekend, people.
Let's go out to Cincinnati. Last game on the 1 o'clock slate. Bengals hosting the Browns. Bengals laying 7 at home, -340 on the money line, +7 for the Browns, +270 on the money line. Over unders at 37.5. This game doesn't mean anything for the Browns. They've locked it up. They're sitting Joe Burrow. They're sitting Joe Flacco. They're sitting Amari Cooper. They're sitting everyone. They're locked into the playoffs. This game doesn't mean anything. I'm not going to touch it. This is a total stay away game for me.
Yeah, Dill. If anything, to be honest, I'll still lean the +7.5 with the Cleveland Browns, Dill. It don't matter who's out there. I just feel like they can lose by 7. That's all, Dill. You know, the Cleveland Browns, they're gonna scheme unless they just go out there and don't try at all, which I doubt. Dill, I think the backups are gonna play tough. They're gonna play Cleveland Brown football, and I think they make it interesting at least, Dill. I'm not gonna take nothing official, but I'll lean the +7.5 with the Browns.
All right, let's go to the 4 o'clock slate. We'll stay here on the East Coast. New York Giants hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles laying 5.5 on the road, minus 245 on the money line, plus 5.5 for the Giants, plus 200 on the money line. Over under at 42. We just saw this matchup a few weeks ago. Giants covered the big number. Now it's a little less. Eagles dying need of a win right now. You think they take care of business on the road?
Still, to be honest, I'm gonna lean the Giants. Still, I have a weird feeling that the Eagles just gonna throw in the bag. Like, you know what? Season ended as shit. We sucked these last 5, 6 games of the season. Let's just rest our players. Go into the playoffs next week, 100% prepared. I just have a weird feeling, Dill. I'm not taking it officially, but I'm gonna lean the Giants. Dill. Don't be shocked if Nick Sirianni takes all the starters off the field come second half.
Yeah, I mean, I actually would lean the over. Both offenses have been moving the ball and putting up points, and defense has been non-existent. We've talked about the struggles for Philadelphia, letting up all those points. And the Giants' defense hasn't been that good either. So I think both teams could put up some points. I know it's going to be a shitty day here in New Jersey, but 41.5 just seems extremely low. I would lean over here. I think both offenses could put up some points. Let's go out to Green Bay, Wisconsin, where the Packers are hosting the Chicago Bears. Packers laying 3 at home, minus 162 on the money line, plus 3 for the Bears, plus 136 on the money line. Over under is at 45. Tough game here. A lot of implications here for the Packers. What do you got?
Dill, I want to go with the Packers -3 so bad. The minus 162 on the money line is too rich. If anything, put them in the parlay deal. If the Packers win this game, they're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Jordan Love would do something Aaron Rodgers couldn't do.
Wow.
Dill, I need people to understand. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Jordan Love and the Packers win this game, they're in the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers couldn't do that last year. He lost to Detroit. Still, to be honest, I think secretly, Jordan Love had a great season this year. The numbers said it. He had a pretty good season. Touchdown interception ratio, top 10. Still, Chicago's been playing great football. Good football as late. I got to give them the benefit of the doubt, Dill. I honestly think Chicago could honestly play spoiler. They could be on upset alert, to be honest, Dill. Out of respect, I'm going to stay out of it just because how good Chicago's been playing late. Justin Fields been playing at a great level. But I think Green Bay's the right side. I think Green Bay sneaks himself into the playoffs still, but I'm not going to lay the -3 just because Chicago's been a pretty good team as of late, and I got to respect it.
Yeah, I really hope the Bears win. I hope I cash my over 7.5 wins on this season. And the way they've been playing, I think they want to end the year strong. They've already locked up the number 1 overall pick with Carolina having their pick. I'll take the +3 in my pocket. Like you said, with the way the Bears have been playing, I also think this is a good teaser option. Get them up to +9. Besides last week against Jared Hall and the Vikings, the Packers aren't really blowing teams out. So even if they do sneak out a win, I think it should be a 1-score game. I think the Bears are a better team right now. They're playing better football. Justin Fields is playing better than Jordan Love. I would take the Bears here +3. Gonna lean it. Gonna watch this game. I hope they win, so I hope cash my over 7.5 wins. But yeah, I think the Bears are just playing a little better football right now. But yeah, like you said, big game for the Packers. If they win, they're in the playoffs. Let's go to the next game. We'll go to Maryland. Washington Redskins hosting the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys laying double digits, -13 on the road, -850 on the money line, +13 for the Redskins, +575 on the money line. Over unders at 47. What do you got here? You're gonna lay double digits with the boys.
Dill, I think you're gonna be surprised of what I'm picking, Dill. So I'm gonna explain it first. Dill, this might be Ron Rivera last game coaching the Washington Commanders. Last year, week 17, the same place, Sam Howell made his first career start, Dill. What did he do? He upset the Dallas Cowboys as a double-digit dog.
Wow.
Dallas Cowboys showed up to Washington last year, week 17, and a chance to win the division and only put up 6 points. Dak Prescott had a multiple interception game. Still, the weather's not going to be fair. It's going to be cold. Possibly some rain or snow. Possibly, I doubt it. But one thing is for certain, it's going to be cold. I think Ron Rivera is going to pull out some plays in the back of the playbook. Last game, go out with a hurrah. I think the boys / team is gonna fight for their coach, try to send them off right, Dill. Give me the Commanders plus 13 at home, Dill. I like the Cowboys. I love the Cowboys, Dill. But the Cowboys ain't winning this game by 14 points. They're not winning this game by 2 touchdowns against Riverboat Ron in his last game of possibly his career. I just think the boys are going to come out, fight. They did it last year. I think they make it close this year. I'm not saying they're going to win this game. All I'm saying is still, I think Dallas going to have to go out there and take this game. Give me the Washington Commanders plus 13 on a cold evening.
Yeah, it's going to it's a lot of points, I feel like. So I would lean the 13, but they're tanking. They need to lose this game, Washington, to get the number 2 overall pick. They need to draft a quarterback. I like Sam Howell, but he's just not the guy. He's a good backup, but if you have the 2nd overall pick, especially if Panthers or the Bears, whatever, they take Marvin Harrison Jr., you've got to get Caleb Williams. I mean, if he falls in your lap, you have to take him. So, especially if the Patriots wind up winning, you need to lose this game. So, yeah, I think Riverboat Ron, he's done. I think Eric Bieniemy winds up becoming the head coach. And, I think they lose this game. There's no reason they should be winning this game. Let's go out to Arizona, another team that needs to lose to keep the number 3 overall pick. Arizona Cardinals hosting the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks laying 3 on the road, minus 148 on the money line. Plus 3 for the Cardinals, plus 124 on the money line. Over-unders at 48.5. Seahawks need to win this game, kid. You think they do it on the road?
Dale, I'll tell you one thing, Dale. I hope this is the only bet I'm wrong about, Dale. Give me the Seattle Seahawks minus 2.5 on the road. I'll lay them minus 3 as well. I think they're just gonna fight, try to get into the playoffs. Till at the end of the day, Arizona. I think they played their Super Bowl last year for the last week for their head coach. Going into Philadelphia, coming back, sneaking out a victory with just 30, 40 seconds left in the game. I think this week they just, they cruise control and whatever happens, happens. Maybe they try to win the game. Who knows? Hey, maybe they just want a top 3 pick, Dill. Give me Seattle minus 2.5, minus 3, whatever you can find it at on the road.
Yeah, there's no play here, but I do lean the Seattle Seahawks. They should win this game. A huge letdown spot. Like you said, they played the best game or their Super Bowl last week against the Eagles. They won it for their coach. Coming off that big win, I think this could be a huge letdown spot for them. So I agree. I think Seattle wins, and I think they are the right side. So I'll lean the minus 3 or 2.5, whatever you can get. Let's go out to Vegas. Raiders hosting the Denver Broncos. Raiders laying 3 at home, minus 155 on the money line, plus 3 for the Broncos, plus 130 on the money line. Over unders at 37.5. I'll say this, I need the Broncos to lose bad to get under their win total of 8.5. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit and relax and watch this game. I'm hoping the Raiders win.
Dale, to be honest, I'm gonna lean the under. Dale, I know the Raiders are gonna show up. They're gonna try to win this game. I don't know about laying the 3 at home versus Denver. I understand that Jarrett Stidham is starting and whatnot, Dale, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lay 3, Aiden and Connell. If anything, I think you tease through the 0, Dale. If anything, tease the Raiders up to plus 3. There's no way they lose this game by more than 3. I think they at least cover the 3, but I'm not going to advise to lay the 3 with Aiden O'Connell as the starting quarterback. I do think the Raiders on the right side. The defense is always liable for getting some points on the board. It's just can Aiden O'Connell complete at least 20 balls? We saw it last week. Devontae Adams had a huge game. They got some weapons. It's just, can he make the completions? Can they be consistent passing the ball?
I like your call on the under, though. I saw it at 38. It's at 37.5. It's money is coming in on the under. I think both offenses have been struggling, especially with the new quarterback change in Denver. We even saw a few weeks ago it was 0-3 against Minnesota in an indoor game. So I think both offenses are struggling. That was a good call. I do lean under in this game. 2 more games, and then we'll talk about the best game on the slate. Let's go to Santa Clara. 49ers hosting the LA Rams. 49ers laying 4.5 at home, minus 218 on the money line, plus 4.5 for the Rams, plus 180 on the money line. Both teams are sitting players. 49ers sitting most of their guys. Rams, they've locked up the 6th seed, so they're their sitting players as well. I know the 49ers are sitting most of their stars, but I still feel like they could win this game. Kyle Shanahan owns Sean McVay. I saw it at -3.5. It's at -4 right now. I still would lean the 49ers. I think they blow out the Rams. So I'll lean the 49ers here.
Same deal. I'll lean. I'm not gonna take it officially just because there's gonna be bunch of backups in the game, but the 49ers just are just a deep team. They have a loaded with talent. Shanahan and the coaching staff they're still gonna implement their game plan and still probably have a successful day running the ball, passing the ball, and defensively, those backups are gonna make some plays still. I'm with you. I just feel like the backups for the 49ers are gonna be much better than
Yeah.
the Rams. I'm gonna lean the -4 as well.
All right, last game on the 4 o'clock slate. We'll go out. We'll stay in LA. The Chargers are hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. Chargers laying 3.5 at home, -185 for the money line, +3.5 for the Chiefs, +154 on the money line. Over under is at 35. No play here. Chiefs, they're locked into the third slot. So Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, they're probably not going to play. I'm not going to touch this game. That's the reason the Chargers are the favorite. Yeah, I'm just not going to touch this game.
Same deal. Give credit to Kansas City. It's been such a, I'm gonna say, messy season offensively. That the fact that they could sit their starters. I understand it's going to be the first. I want people to understand how important this is. This is going to be the first time the Kansas City Chiefs in Patrick Mahomes' career is going to have to go on the road past Wild Card Weekend. This in divisional round, he's going to have to most likely go on the road, Dill. And if he makes it to the AFC Championship game. So I just want to see how Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid do this upcoming playoffs, knowing that they're not going to be at home throughout.
Yep. Let's go to the Sunday night game where it's the most important game on the slate for the division. Buffalo Bills are on the road and going to Miami. Miami are home underdogs. Bills -2.5 on the road, -155 on the money line, +2.5 for the home Dolphins, +130. Over under is at 48. You win, you get in. You lose, you're done for the Bills. It's all riding on this game. What do you got, kid?
Dill, I got 3 plays official for this matchup.
Wow.
Dill, it's gonna be a great game. I'll probably even try to take a nap till so I can stay up. Dill, I'm gonna start with the play first. Dill, give me the Buffalo Bills -2.5 on the road. Dill, this team, we saw them beat them by 30. September, October in Buffalo. This team is much better than what we saw in that game, in my personal opinion. James Cook, much better runner of the ball. Defensively, I feel like the defense is much better now. I understand that they got, a lot of injuries, but for some reason, they're playing much better than right now than they've been playing the whole season on, even when they had Manalo, Tre'Davious Wright, Michael Hyde. They're playing at a high level now, Dill. Josh Allen, these last couple of weeks, they haven't really been turning the ball over. More touchdowns and interceptions. Got to appreciate that. They've been winning games. And to be honest, they with Miami, I'm not going to take too much from what I saw in Baltimore. Yes, it was a little concerning, but all season long against these, playoff caliber teams, they just haven't really looked good against them. I understand they beat the Dallas Cowboys at home, but that wasn't really an impressive win, Dill. So with that being said, give me the Buffalo Bills -2.5 on the road. And then I have 2 player props, Dill. I seen recently that the Buffalo Bills adapted/added their own quarterback touch push. And to be honest, against the New England Patriots, though, it looked kind of automatic. With that being said, give me Josh Allen anytime touchdown at -135. People, I advise to put a couple units on this. I will myself. I'm telling you right now, Josh Allen will get a rushing touchdown at -135. Put it in right now, people. And then my last prop of the day will be a guy who's been a monster all season besides the last 2-3 weeks with an ankle. Jalen Waddle's a little I'm not gonna say hurt, but he's looking like he won't be 100% in this game. One guy who will be or damn near close is Tyreek Hill. Give me Tyreek Hill over 92.5 receiving yards. The only shot the Miami Dolphins have in this game if Tyreek Hill has a huge game. So I think I expect that. Give me Tyreek Hill over 92.5 receiving yards.
All right. I agree. I think the Bills do win the game. I think they're a better team right now. You got two teams trending in the different direction. You got Bills trending up, and you got the Dolphins trending down. I'm going to go with a Buffalo Bill receiver, Khalil Shakir, over 24.5 receiving yards. He's been on fire lately. He had 39 receiving yards last week. He had against you guys, against the Chargers, 45. He threw a dud up against the Dallas Cowboys. But after that, 47 yards against the Eagles, 115 against the Jets, 24 on the line against Denver, 57 against the Bengals, 92 against the Buccaneers, 35 for the Patriots. So he's gone over this in about 7 of his last 10 games. He's really slowly developing into a nice second and third option for Josh Allen in this offense. So 24.5 seems like seems very low for a must-win game. I think he's going to be able to spread the ball around, and I do think the Bills take care of business on the road. And I agree to your point. If the Dolphins have any shot at winning this game, one, the defense needs to step up, and two, Tua needs to get the ball in Tyreek Hill's hands. If they don't, and he just has a mid-game, they're not going to win this game.
They might get blown out.
They might get blown out because Jalen Waddle has he's been hurt the past couple of weeks, and the running game really hasn't got going recently as well.
Moster's been hurt as well.
So when the running game isn't going crazy, it doesn't open up the pass game, and I think that's kind of where the Dolphins kind of struggle lately. So I lean the Bills team, and I agree to your other point. I think this is a much different team than they saw each other earlier in the season, and we've said it for about maybe 3 weeks to a month now. The Buffalo Bills are not a team you guys want to play in the playoffs right now.
So to me, it's the Bills and the Rams. I do not want to see them in the playoffs.
No, because their offense can really
light you up.
Light you up, yeah. But Elvis, thank you so much. I can't believe we are at the end of the regular season. It's come and gone so fucking quick. We'll let you know our official records come tomorrow or maybe next week when we get all the information up. But next week is playoffs. I fucking can't wait, Elvis. Thank you so much. Let's transition to the hardwood. Only 4 games on the slate, like I said. You got the Knicks on a back-to-back, Pacers. You got the 76ers on a back-to-back, Houston on a back-to-back as well. We'll start with the first game. Knicks on the road taking on the Wizards. 9.5 the Knicks are laying on the road. Over-unders at 239. I got it earlier in the day. Give me the Knicks minus 8.5. Knicks just destroy bad teams. They're 10-1 versus bad teams. Plus 16.5 net rating against bottom 10 teams. Washington Wizards might be the 3rd worst team in the league, if I'm being honest. Maybe 4th, but I think the Knicks blow them out here. Give me Jalen Brunson over 25.5 points. He's gone over this in 4 of his last 5 games versus Washington. And since the IQ trade, he's had 16, 32, and 29 points since the trade. And I just think he has another good matchup here. No one could guard him. Give me Jalen Brunson over 25.5 points. Those are my 2 plays for the day. Give me the Knicks and Jalen Brunson over.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Give me the New York Knicks minus 9 deal. I understand it's off a back-to-back deal, but they just destroyed arguably one of the best teams in the NBA with the 76ers and Joel Embiid making his return last night, though. Y'all just completely dominated that game. I was surprised by that. Dill, and to be honest, you said 3rd or 4th worst teams in the NBA. I'm going to say 2nd worst team in the NBA in the Washington Wizards. I think you're being too nice there. Give me the Knicks minus 9 on the road, Dill. And then another team coming off a back-to-back. Milwaukee Bucks taking on the Houston Rockets, laying 6.5. Over on this sitting at 238. They'll give me the Bucks minus 6.5. They lost a tough one recently. I think they come back, take care of business against Houston. And then I have a few leans. Boston taking on Indiana Pacers. Boston laying 5.5 on the road. Over on the sitting at 247.5. They all lean Pacers plus 5.5. Still at the end of the day, this is gonna be a great matchup. Probably could be a future playoff matchup if we're just being honest. Still, I think the Pacers took care of business against the Bucks a couple of days ago. I think they're gonna try to take care of business against the Celtics. I think they make it close and interesting. Give me the plus 5.5 with the Pacers. Lean, not official.
Yeah. Elvis, good luck today. Good luck tomorrow. Hopefully we end week 18 in the regular season on a strong note. That is going to do it for this Saturday edition of the Dream Wager. On behalf of our sponsor, Viva Tequila, Elvis, myself, we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll recap the games. No Monday Night Football, but we do have the National Championship on Monday, so we'll give you our best bets for the National Championship. So make sure you guys follow along our social media, X and Instagram at the Dream Wager. You guys can find all of our episodes wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. We go live on YouTube every Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday. So make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, rate, give us a review, leave in the comments who you are betting on in week 18. All that good stuff really helps the show grow tremendously. So be a friend, tell a friend. Everyone have a great few days. Good luck on your wagers. Be safe, be well. We'll see you guys down the road. Peace.